tournament out here at Paarl Gimnasium. Today is all about where you place. No more pool stages. It's all about the placings now and getting up as high as you can. First up, it is the girls that take to the field. In the red jumpers from right to left, it is St. Mary's. It is Daniel Grobla, Anna Pretitious, Gemma Island, Hannah White, Chrissy Leonard, Pepe Sabio, Taylor Gibbs. That's how they will line up, and they're going up against the team that is dressed in all white on this occasion. It is Clarendon. Clarendon have been exceptional thus far this weekend. Unfortunately, just falling at the final hurdle. So these sides will get things going and see if they can finish fifth. Overall, it is for positions 5 and 6 as Clarendon get the early turnover in midfield.
Morning, Tariq. It's a fantastic day here. Finals day in Paarl Gimnasium. It's a day when the pressure's at its best. So we're really looking forward to another exciting day. It's been 3 days of action-packed hockey. We saw a classic encounter last night in the boys semi-final between Sachs and Hilton. And that was an unbelievable game. And I'm sure it will only set the platform for today. The St. Mary's side, they've got Captain Christy Leonard. She's the fulcrum of this team. Everything revolves around her. Equally with Ella Babaya, Zakila Matula. These girls have been fantastic all week. Peppers Sabio really putting in a good shift yesterday. And equally on the Clarendon side, there are some fantastic young ladies who are really looking to entertain us this morning.
Well, they've certainly entertained us all weekend long. Both the girls and the boys have gone out, they've given it their all. They've certainly represented their schools and carried the flag of that schools very high for the entire weekend. So one last chance then for them to impress, one last chance for them to play for that pride, especially when you are playing for positions 5 and 6. All you're playing for is the badge on the front of your jumper. As we've seen, the pace of the game will be a little bit quicker in the morning. The little dew on the AstroTurf making the ball zip around. Plenty of speed on it. As we've seen time and time again, the midfield battles is where the games are won and lost. You can win the ball in midfield. That is more than likely you're going to be dominating possession. That'll allow you then to get the ball upfield as St. Mary's tries that right now, but it's interception by Kate van Heerden. Lays it off and here come Clarendon, but Kirsty Leonard is there to tap it up and she sends it to Pepe Sabio.
That is a combination that worked very well for St. Mary's yesterday. Pepe Sabio along with the skipper and also Ella Babaya, they formed a little bit of a triangle and they really created havoc in their games yesterday. They've interchanged strip today. Yesterday they were in whites, but with Clarendon sporting their home white gear, St. Mary's have reverted back to the red, the traditional red of St. Mary's.
Kate Nell doing some mop-up operations for Clarendon inside the circle. Under pressure she is from Amy Sharp. Excellent tackle from Zalika Matula, who wins back possession for St. Mary's deep in the Clarendon 25. It's Matula still on the ball. Whistle does go, so St. Mary's will take it quickly. Driving down the baseline into the circle. Ball still loose, advantage has been played. It is Captain Kirsty Leonard on the ball, has the reverse stick shot. But it is saved by Coralie Saunders for Clarendon. Coralie has been an absolute stalwart at the back for Clarendon over the course of the weekend. But back come St. Mary's once again. Danny Grobla on the ball, sending it out wide. Changing the angle a little bit as Sam Pearson looks to link up down the line, but the sideline does win it. So Clarendon breathe a sigh of relief.
Both teams just feeling each other out here in this early stages. Nobody making the big play just yet. Still, that's why it's called finals hockey. It's not as free-flowing as we normally would like it. Just both teams knowing what's at stake and not wanting to make that error that's going to cost them dearly. So just looking for the simple passes at the moment, not looking for that big glory ball through the middle.
Yeah, it's certainly finals day. All that tiredness somehow from the past 5 games just disappears because you're just running on pure adrenaline. It is all about just giving it your all, putting in that 110% for just 40 minutes. That's all it is that you need to do, is give the effort for 40 minutes. Clarendon now with a breakaway space on the right hand side. Kaylin Hendricks on the ball. She's quickly snuffed out by Pepe Sabio. Clarendon winning the free hit. Big ball from Van Heerden. He dribbles over the baseline. Seems as though early doors, St. Mary's happy to play the ball around and run it up into the Clarendon 25. And we see the reverse of that, Clarendon just wanting to hit it long and hit it high.
Clarendon at least the St. Mary's restart here. Looking for the Zalika Matula, looking for a little bit of movement up front, just trying to create that pass.
Van Heerden receiving it in the middle, turning into a little bit of space. But the interception made by Hannah White. Leonard going over the top this time, change of tactic. Okay, we see Saunders once again just popping up where she needs to. The combination with her and Van Heerden really do run the defensive line for Clarendon. Leonard for St. Mary's into the midfield. Babaya, the vice captain, opting to send the ball back. You'll see St. Mary's will try and find Kirsty Leonard as often as they can. She tries to spark something, but it is Hendricks with the interception. Farah. And this is the dangerous side now for Clarendon. Farah has been an absolute trooper on the right-hand side. Hendricks gets through, gets the shot away. Across the face, and St. Mary's scrambled away. But Caitlin Farah on the right-hand side, she has been a thorn in every single opposition side that they've come up against. She loves to go on a run down the right-hand side, loves the baseline drives to get herself into the circle. Hendricks' pass across the D. Fortunately for Bronwyn Martin, not getting a stick on it. So St. Mary's able to clear the danger. Kate now on the ball on the right-hand side for Clarendon. Finds Farah. And here's danger time now for St. Mary's. Captain Leonard coming across and conceding the free hit. So Farah to Hendricks. Hendricks looking to go down the baseline. Rides the tackle, keeps going. Good save by the keeper, but it comes off for St. Mary's foot and will have the first short corner of the game.
Kaylin Hendricks really being a little bit of an energizer for Clarendon, providing that impetus down the right side along with Farah. They've linked up well early this morning and they forced the first short corner for the Clarendon side. Seems to be the mode of attack, always coming down the strong side through the right hand side, and they've posed some very early problems, and it's the girls in red who have to defend the first short corner this morning.
So Van Heerden, as we've become accustomed to at the top of the D, it is Van Heerden with a drag, goes low, but excellent work by Hannah White on the near post, helping out Zena Mbacha. But Clarendon remain on the attack. On the right hand side now, looking to drive the ball is Jennifer. Good defense once again as we see that save coming in. A combination of White and Mbacha.
Hannah White was really instrumental in for St. Mary's yesterday, whether it was on defense or attack. She is a pivotal player, but the St. Mary's break away through Matula. Pushes the ball forward, shows good pace to pick the ball up again and gets the free hit. That was really good work by Zakila Matula, showing that she's still got the legs on this final 4th day to put in a good shift.
That just shows you how quickly sides can transition from defense into attack in a game of hockey. It is a fast-paced game. We see it now as Van Heerden looks to get Martin on the ball for Clarendon, looking to get an attack going on themselves. Martin winning the free hit and doing what a striker needs to do. Getting up the field as with the ball across the face to Hendricks, but the interception is made by Amy Sharp. Amy Sharp that does win the free hit as Kirsty Leonard gets it going quickly. Down the middle, not being met, so he looks to get the ball through. Interception there from White. She now goes down the right hand side into the circle, and once again popping up for Clarendon is Cara Lee Saunders. Seen it time and time again. She just sits herself in and behind the first line of defense, and whatever loose ball there is, she does mop it up.
Anna White on the ball for St. Mary's. Takes it out wide. Looking for a circle entry. Unfortunately, not able to force a short corner on that occasion. St. Mary's, as Clarendon do find a way to relieve the pressure.
Captain Gemma Randall looking to smash it. She does find Farah on the right hand side. This is dangerous now for St. Mary's as Farah decides to go on a diagonal run. She keeps going, beats 2 defenders. Third one as well. But there's just too many red jerseys in front of her, but it does spill out to Hendricks on the right hand side, and we know. And Hendricks has got a bit of skill and pace on her. She'll look to spark something.
Ball's played back to Kate Null. Comes in St. Mary's, they'll find a way to relieve the pressure.
Sabio winning the advantage, and she hands it now to Amy Sharp, who decides to change direction, goes through the middle. Amy Sharp and tries to get it to Jessica Lansdowne, but unfortunately Lansdowne not being able to get a stick on the ball, so it rolls out, and end-to-end stuff so far in the 11.5 minutes that we have had in the opening half of the first game of finals day.
St. Mary's have just changed their formation a little bit today. Kirsty Leonard just playing a little bit deeper than she usually does. That's the captain there on the ball, doing a industrious business as she normally does, but usually a little bit more upfield for St. Mary's. Yeah, that's the attacking threat, but just pushing her possibly a little bit backwards today.
Babaya sending the ball through, and who else but number 4 for Clarendon, Cara Lee Saunders, ensuring that the side wins the free hit inside the circle.
As we're saying, the St. Mary's outfit, they are possibly just showing Clarendon a little bit of respect with Caitlin, but the ball in the circle, that's the opportunity, and that's the opening goal for St. Mary's. Just talking about how they've been pushing back, but they have found the intent early on through Pepper Sabio. Once again, she got on the score sheet yesterday, and she's done it again with a deft little back stick flick, and it's past the goalkeeper of Clarendon, Kawaya Django, in the goal. Just flat-footed, and it goes in for Pepper Sabio, and St. Mary's taking the lead in this playoff.
Side, I don't know what was better, the finish or the celebration. Pepe Sabio absolutely enjoyed that one, leaping into the air, knowing that she's got St. Mary's there opening goal, knowing that she's broken the deadlock. I wonder if it's probably the first goal that she scored this weekend, which is probably why we see such wild celebrations. You know, usually it's teammates come running in and hugging and all sorts of elation, but she decided, nah, I'm doing this on my own. That was all me, so I'm going to enjoy my moment, and enjoy the moment did Pepe Sabio.
Tarek, she actually got on the score sheet yesterday, but it's a playoff game. She knows what's at stake. The St. Mary's side, they've traveled from very far from Johannesburg, and it just, when you win that playoff game, the bus trip is just a lot better all the way back to Johannesburg, unless these the girls of today, they possibly fly though, so either way, it's going to be a party on the trip home if they do get over the line today through that goal by Pepe Sabio.
The flight will be a lot shorter and more enjoyable than normal. Even turbulence will get the party started if they are flying back home. So Clarendon now coming back at St. Mary's as the clock ticks towards the final 5 minutes of the opening half. Looking for the big ball is St. Mary's, but the interception is there. Demi Knott looking for assistance. This Van Heerden that's there. Van Heerden giving it to Kate Nell on the outside, but Nell gives it back to the captain, Gemma Randall. Randall looking at some space in front of her, linking up with Van Heerden. But that pass just not finding it, and Lansdowne comes away with it. Chance for St. Mary's just to settle things a little bit, but Farah placing her under pressure, and it is Farah that wins it. Here's danger now for St. Mary's. Unfortunately, Farah's through ball looking for Hendricks is deemed dangerous, but Kirsty Leonard somehow has always just found a massive gap in the Clarendon defense.
Definitely Kirsty Leonard, she's the fulcrum of the side. She has been one of the star performers all week here in Paarl Gym, and looking to finish on a high again for the girls in red as they come forward once again through Hannah White. Whether it's the left-hand side of the field, the right-hand side of the field, Hannah White's always involved. That's a painful blow there to the knee.
Yeah, especially on such a cold morning, goal scorer Pepe Savio just wearing that one a little bit. And you can see that she is hobbling. Can tell you now, a hard hockey ball, against the knee in the very first game.
On a fresh morning in Paarl. That's a mistake there by St. Mary's, but they not, by at least by Clarendon, but St. Mary's not able to capitalize. As Anna Sabio, the goal scorer, just limps off for some treatment. We heard yesterday from the Paarl Gym organizers what a fantastic work all the medics have done over the course of the 4 days, ensuring that the players are in tip-top shape, especially during these COVID times. It's not always easy to treat players, but they've followed the protocols and done their work as best they can. And I'm sure Pepe Sabio will get some good treatment on the sidelines.
As we can see, as we go past her, the medic is tending to that little blow to the knee. It's probably just more that it seized up the knee than anything else. But Van Heerden coming now with Clarendon, looking for the big ball. No real striker up high for Clarendon to pick a pass to, but time and time again it is Leonard, the captain of St. Mary's, that pops up just to clean it up for them at the back and ensure that they don't concede. So St. Mary's doing what they have to do or at least on defense. When they do get the ball on their stick, they just pump it up high and tell Clarendon, if you want to come and attack us, you start from pretty deep. And that's what can happen. So when you are playing the ball upfield, you force the opponents to do something that they're not used to. So Gemma Randall, at least for Clarendon, just hitting the ball straight into touch. And, well, St. Mary's obliges. They hit the ball out of touch on the opposite side of the field.
That has kind of been the story of the first half as the clock winds down to halftime. Just 2 minutes remaining on the clock. St. Mary's do have the lead through a fantastic individual effort by Sabio. But it was very much against the run of play, with Clarendon also having a few opportunities. And both teams will be going into the break knowing that there's still plenty to do. Clarendon definitely not out of this contest by any manner of means as they attempt to launch a final attack here before the halftime through Jenna Viviers. She works down, that's been the strength all half. Down the right-hand side, looking for Hendricks, but not able to link up. They do have the free hit, and this could be just the opportunity they need on the stroke of halftime.
So Viviers will restart. She does link up with the player, so she can get in the circle now. Tries to send it, looking for Hendricks. But as we say time and time again, Christy Leonard for St. Mary's, she just finds herself in the right place at the right time to clear any sort of danger coming her way. Kate Nell takes it quickly, but there's a red wall in front of her, and it is Clara Stewart-Sullivan that comes away with it. And here we see Leonard opting to smash one up the field once again. And Clarendon have to start and restart the attack from inside their own half. Randall getting the pass from Saunders, giving it back to Saunders on that left-hand side. I see that Clarendon have pushed Caitlin Farah onto the left. She started the game on the right-hand side as the right link and now being shifted at least onto the left-hand side of the field. So as the clock ticks away, St. Mary's just taking their time, knowing that they've got the lead in the opening half. And there we have it, the halftime whistle does go. It is the end of the opening 20 minutes in the first game of finals day here at Paarl Gimnasium. It's the side in red, St. Mary's, that head into the break with a 1-0 lead.
What's happening to our country?
But things are never going to change.
Hi. The one thing you can be sure of is change. Things are always changing. In Africa, this is the home of change. You know, we live by a code here.
If the beat changes, the dance step must adapt.
Because brothers and sisters, we know
if we don't change, things won't change.
And it all starts with one little step.
Yes! Power! Power to the changeables, the adaptable problem solvers who don't need a corner office to start an empire. Look at us! We are the changeables.
Changeables?
What does that even mean?
Everything's changing.
Sure.
And sometimes it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference.
Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables.
The best is yet to come as the year of rugby continues on Supersport on DSTV Premium.
Welcome back to the second half of the opening game of finals day here at Paarl Gymnasium. It is the Schools Top 12 hockey tournament, proudly brought to you by FNB. If you've just joined us, you're watching St. Mary's up against Clarendon. St. Mary's in the red. Went into the halftime break with a 1-0 lead, thanks to a brilliant effort and equally brilliant celebration from their number 7, Pepe Sabio. Despite having that 1-goal lead, they haven't had it all their own way. Clarendon have certainly carved out and created their own opportunities, just unable to capitalize on them. But there's 20 minutes to go. This is the final game for these sides, and looking to wrap up 5th place overall in the girls section. It's been a good old tussle in midfield throughout this game thus far. Opening half has been fairly even, fairly balanced. It's obviously just that single goal that separates them at this point. But when you do know that it's your final 20 minutes of your tournament, you're going to give it your all, you're going to leave it all on the field just to try and salvage something for your school, as Clarendon coming through the right hand side and deemed to have been Pushed over the baseline intentionally by St. Mary's, and an early short corner for Clarendon.
It's a carbon copy of the way the first half started. Clarendon coming down the right-hand side through Hendricks and Farah. They are the dominant force down the right-hand side for this Clarendon outfit. And they have forced another short corner. They missed a couple in the first half. But I'm sure they, after a few words with the coach, just keep it simple, keep it basic, and the equalizer will come.
So as we've seen entire weekend, Kate van Heerden taking a place at the top. It does come to Hendricks though, who has the slap, and nice little variation from Clarendon, not going to the top to the talisman Kate van Heerden. They opted to go short to Hendricks, Kaylin Hendricks on the inside, but fortunately a slap being above the backboard, so deemed dangerous, and St. Mary's led off the hook. St. Mary's now through Lansdowne on the right hand side. Got space in front of her, but she is well marshalled. It's a good tackle from Hannah Boardman. But St. Mary's, the red wave keeps coming. Mopped up by Van Heerden. Giving it to Martin. But Leonard applies enough pressure on Martin that she spills the ball, and St. Mary's now back on attack as Gemma Island. But a good tackle once again from Van Heerden. And here come Clarendon on the right hand side. Fortunately for Jenna Viviers, first touch letting her down, so the ball rolls over the sideline. It's been a frenetic start to the second half.
Just seems that on the balance of play, Clarendon possibly deserve an equalizer. They've created more opportunities than St. Mary's. Just the brilliance of Pepper Sabio in the first half, but they're looking to change that all up now as they move forward towards the circle. But once again, Clarendon just mopping it up before Anna Patricia picks it up for St. Mary's. She's been a real stalwart all weekend as Pepper Sabio on the ball, gets it into the circle. It's a shot, goalkeeper, but unfortunately for Clarendon, the danger has been averted as the St. Mary's attack is not fruitful on this occasion.
Now there we just see it, that the combination of Ella Babaya, Pepper Sabio, if they get themselves on the ball, then there's danger for Clarendon on defense. So after absorbing a little bit of pressure in the opening few minutes, St. Mary's now with their sticks on the ball, they're applying some pressure on their own as Leonard on the ball in midfield, comes out to Patricius, looking for the long ball, but Kate van Heerden says, I've got this one covered. She does recover it, and out it comes to the right hand side. Demi Knott looking to link up with Hendricks, try and get themselves through St. Mary's on the right hand side. Through the middle, it is the goal scorer, Pepe Sabio, on the ball. Still going is Pepe Sabio, she draws the foot. And there it is, we told you it's danger time if Pepe Sabio can get a stick on the ball inside the circle. And she does duly oblige by winning a short corner for her side.
Pepe Sabio has seemingly recovered from the blow to the knee earlier, took a real shot against the kneecap, but she looks to have got the magic spray out and produced a little bit of magic for St. Mary's as they attempt to extend their lead here through the short corner.
So double castle for St. Mary's. Patricius on the far side, it does go the other way. Drag flick coming in from Hannah White. And the scramble is there, the rebound is turned in by Lansdowne. Jessica Lansdowne securing the second goal for St. Mary's and doubling their lead.
This is exactly what players hockey is all about. As we look at the replay, Lansdowne turns and she just calmly puts the ball through the legs of the goalkeeper, Django, as St. Mary's double their lead. St. Mary's clearly showing they know how to play finals hockey. They don't have many opportunities, but once they do get in that circle, they do bang it home.
Now that's the thing with finals hockey, is that it's all come down to one game. Just one. In that one game, you got to take whatever opportunities come your way. Well, St. Mary's, they've taken 2 of them. That is why they enjoy a 2-0 lead at the moment. So it's all to do for Clarendon in the final 13 minutes or so of the opening game.
As you can see, there's action in Port Elizabeth, in Quebec as well. It's the host Grey High first 11. They're leading 2-0 against their arch rivals Grey College. It's an epic encounter there. The rivalry between these 2 sides go back over 100 years. But it's their hosts on the Hibberts field, their home ground, that are leading their great rivals Grey College by 2-0. See some as we come back to Paarl Gym for this playoff between St. Mary's and Clarendon. St. Mary's from Johannesburg leading by 2-0 at the Paarl Gym Festival.
Yeah, there's plenty of action all over the country. It's just nice to see the boys and girls back to playing sport, the sport that they love and enjoy. It's fantastic that, and we are proud here at Supersport Schools that we can bring you all of this action so that you at home can still watch and support your school, your kids, your nephews, your nieces, and even your grandchildren.
It is really a fantastic initiative that allows everybody. You might not have been able to get down to the St. Mary's from Johannesburg, the parents, the friends and the family, but you switch on the data, the Wi-Fi, go onto YouTube, and that is where you'll find this game. Equally, the girls from Clarendon, their parents, their friends, all watching. They've been watching all 4 days, and this is what it comes down to. It's been a long winter with not much action, but we can assure you the action over here for the last 4 days has been riveting, and it continues here with St. Mary's looking to extend their lead, but it's intercepted as the ball plays forward to Hendricks. Once again, the skipper of St. Mary's, a real live wire, Christy Leonard. She makes a rare foray into the Clarendon half, just stumbles over, but I'm sure she's a strong young girl and she'll be back on her feet in no time.
Randall gets it going quickly for Clarendon, but the interception is made in midfield as St. Mary's come again out onto the left-hand side. Amy Sharp. First touch wasn't too sharp on that occasion, but it is now. St. Mary's come away with it through the middle. Looking to link up on the far side. She does keep possession, does Amy Sharp, and sends it across. Lands down with a chance for the rebound. But somehow, some way, Chelsea Henry for Clarendon gets herself in between it all, but the pressure doesn't go away. Christy Leonard trying to get another one going for St. Mary's. Opts to throw the ball all the way back to Olivia Kruger. To the right hand side for her is Pretitious. Leonard smacking a one in. Looking at the far post touch. Unfortunately, once again for St. Mary's, unable to get that final touch that would have put some extra breathing room between themselves and Clarendon. A third goal would do St. Mary's wonders at the moment.
That would definitely kill off the contest, Tariq, because Clarendon already have quite that. Once again, that's the skipper, Leonard. Just such a strong girl. She just rides the tackle. Unfortunately, just gives away possession, but she will have another chance.
Patricius looking at her options. Decides I'm going to run on my own. Marshaled by Martin. Patricius though keeping possession. She rides the tackle from Martin. Paya Hendrich is laying down the law a little bit as Leonard takes it on her own. Throws the foot. I'm sure that St. Mary's are very happy to be playing with the ball in this section of the field, but the interception now from Farah. Looking to send Martin down the touchline. Martin does get there, and it's just a little bit of dew on the field that makes the ball move a little bit faster than what it does in the afternoon here at Paarl Gimnasium. Once it does dry up, it becomes a little bit more sticky. So Babaya. St. Mary's are enjoying this spell of possession and territory inside Clarendon's half. Patricia's just throwing the foul and rebuilding as she looks to link up with Babaya into a gap, but Van Heerden is there, makes the tackle, throws the foul, and now Clarendon, can they get the ball up to the other side of the field?
The time is running out here for Clarendon. The clock is ticking away. They've got to find, firstly, the opening goal to halve the deficit before they can even think of the equalizer. And it's around about at this time when it does get a bit nervy, when the pressure starts increasing and possibly making more mistakes, allowing St. Mary's to pile on the pressure as you throw a few more players forward in search of that goal.
Combination of Patricius and Babaya here on the right-hand side for St. Mary's has proved fruitful, and my guess is that's probably why Clarendon have thrown Caitlin Farrer onto this left-hand side, just to try and nullify that a little bit, kind of match strength with strength, because we do know that Farrer is attack-minded, so it's going to be an interesting contest that, just to keep an eye out on in this final 7 minutes. But here comes Clarendon through Viviers. She rides the tackle, looks for Hendricks. Hendricks' first touch is intercepted by Danny Grobler. Neat little arcing turn by St. Mary's, but captain for Clarendon, Gemma Randall, is there to mop it up. And that's probably been Clarendon's Achilles in the game. It's just that they've done all the hard work on defense, but it's just in this transitional phase right here, it's where they've let themselves down. They've been brilliant throughout the weekend, and perhaps the lack of hockey over the season, the lack of sharpness, is what's letting them down at this crucial stage in a playoff game.
They're definitely not going to give up, though. Sorry, this Clarendon side will try till the very end. They possess a lot of guts, a lot of character, as we've seen in the other games. And if they can just burgle one goal with 5 minutes remaining, it could set up a real tense finale. We saw a shootout yesterday, and that could definitely be an exciting encounter.
So Clarendon, they probably, you feel, have to score with this play just to give themselves enough time to get the first. And there it is, excellent work from Hendricks on the right-hand side, drawing in the big foul. And when there is such a massive challenge outside of the circle, umpire's got no choice but to hand the short corner. And here is that chance for Clarendon.
Feels like that. We've been saying that all afternoon. Hendricks down the right. That is their go-to play. But they've got to make it count now. It's only 5 minutes remaining. And sticking this one away will set up a tense finale. So, for the game's sake, we do hope that Clarendon can create something here that pushes out. It's not stopped cleanly, though.
Saunders sending it to the right-hand side to Captain Randall. Randall looking to get something out of it, but that St. Mary's defense is saying, not today. We're going to keep our zero. We're not going to let anything past our goalkeeper. Back come Clarendon though with a big ball through the middle. Not to be in danger time now as the breakaway is there for St. Mary's. Pepe Sabio, watch her, she's dangerous. Beating 2, beating 3, still going is Pepe Sabio, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Excellent save by Django in the Clarendon net.
That save could possibly have kept Clarendon in the game. Had it gone in, that would have been all she wrote for St. Mary's. But Django has kept the side in this contest with a big save towards the end.
We see Pepe Sabio beating 3 defenders on her way into the circle, and the big left boot of Django, snuffing out her attempt at goal. It would have been Sabio's second. And I probably would have wanted Sabio to score just so I can see the celebration.
I'm hoping that Clarendon get on the scoreboard. I'm wanting a tense finale here, Tariq.
Well, there's nothing like tense finales on finals day. Going down to the wire. You know, that nervy few 60 seconds at the end. You know, the one side just trying to hang on to their lead, the other side going full blast.
Don't think St. Mary's are going to be up for that, though. They solid in defense, just playing the ball around the back. That's ball into the middle with a lot of space there. Unfortunately, the big presence of Gemma Randall just clearing the danger for Clarendon.
Danger now as Farah on the ball on the right-hand side. She is being marshalled. Old school she goes, just tapping in and run past the defender. But her pass, that's been, like I mentioned earlier on, that's been the Achilles of Clarendon. Just that final pass, not sticking and not finding a teammate. But out it comes for St. Mary's. Sabio this time is dispossessed by Van Heerden. And just like that, possession handed back to St. Mary's. But here's Saunders trying to mop things up for Clarendon. Lansdowne fighting hard. Hendricks looks to come away, gets a stick tied up with Patricius. So Clarendon, what can they do in the final 90 seconds or so? Can they get themselves on the board? As time ticks away, so does their chances of staging this comeback.
That's the red wall, and the captain once again, Christy Leonard. We've said all week what an imposing presence she is, and she goes on a run, waiting for the pass from Sam Pearson.
Sam Pearson just showing an excellent brain there. I mean, you are 2-0 up, a few seconds, or you're in the final 2 minutes of the game. All you need to do is just slow the game down, run it into the corner, just eat away a few seconds, frustrate the Clarendon girls a little bit longer.
We're into the final minutes of this contest. It seems though it's going to be the girls from Johannesburg, the red and white machine of St. Mary's, who are going to wrap up and take the 5th place here. Clarendon, been a good effort from them all week, but unfortunately just not providing that finishing touches, Tariq.
Oh, there we see that is there, right there as a prime example. A massive ball being pushed through by Van Heerden, but the striker's not high enough to receive the ball inside the circle, in behind the St. Mary's defenses. As soon as St. Mary's defending, they're now on the attack. It's a 3v2 situation. Well, it's now a 5v2 situation as the charges come in. But the intervention is there from Saunders and Django. And that was the final play of the game. That is how it ends. The girls in red from Johannesburg, St. Mary's, claiming the 2-0 victory and claiming 5th spot in the pools.
The Clarendon girls were full value for their efforts throughout the week, but unfortunately just on this final hurdle, not able to get over the line. As we look at a few highlights, it was Hendricks. She was very instrumental for Clarendon throughout the game, created plenty of chances down the byline. Unfortunately, just not able to get past Zena Mabacha in the St. Mary's goal. But that was the goal. Pepe Sabio, that flick, and I know Tariq wants to speak to you through that celebration.
There it is. Pepe Sabio leaping constantly like a gazelle in the wild. Absolutely loving that one. Can see the excitement and exhilaration on her face as she got her side the 1-0 lead, and that galvanized the St. Mary's side early doors, and that was what got it going for them. So they do end the game 2-0 and sewing up 5th spot in the girls division. Finals day continues at Paarl Gimnasium at the school's top 12 hockey tournament, proudly brought to you by F&B. We've just seen the end of the girls' games, where St. Mary's secured 5th spot overall. And it's now time for the boys to take to the field. It is St. Andrews against the host, at least the tournament host, Paarl Gymnasium. Keep your eye out on that number 7, Colin Mentor. Plenty of speed, plenty of skill, and he is the attacking talisman for them. Aldian Nell as well on the right-hand side is where he will pop up. So that is the attacking impetus for Paarl Gymnasium. A lot of the player roams around Colin Mentor and Liam Bays. Those are the guys that are really driving this Paarl Gymnasium side. They're up against St. Andrews.
It is Kunan Samai in the goals, Alex Kraus, Jared Crossman, Nathan Dalput, Lebo Kwangulutala, Liam Norman, Jamie Fletcher, Wami Tlong, Connor Norman, Tumela Kusumba, he's a energetic little player, Penyo Singilwe, Alu Sinkwa, Banola Mohono, Lesedi Platse, Lushon Mafajani, and Kahosi Leshoto. It is a side that stunned Kuro Durbanville yesterday. The Kuro Durbanville favourites for that encounter, and St. Andrews got an early goal and just hung on for the remainder of the game as Kuro camped in the goals but could not find the equaliser, and that is what has allowed St. Andrews to play this playoff game against the host, Paarl Gim.
Paarl Gim, obviously they know this field. This is where they practice, this is their home. And you wouldn't want to lose on your home ground, so plenty of pride at stake for our tournament hosts as they get this game underway. It's time now for the boys to see who can secure 5th spot overall. Nerves early doors, and as we do know that in the early stages of a playoff game, the nerves need to settle a little bit. So at the first occasion we will see some scrappy play, shall we say. Ball's not really going to the stick, but here come Paarl Gymnasium on the left-hand side to find the ball high. Pressure though from St. Andrews. The ball does go over the sideline, so Paarl Gymnasium will keep going down this left-hand side, keep assisting. Excellent work on the right-hand side from Paarl Gymnasium, at least from St. Andrews. Peno Selokilwe. He is the powerhouse on the right-hand side, diminutive in stature, but a lot of the attacking plays does go around him.
Real live wire for the boys in blue and white from Bloemfontein. He's really entertained us this week, Peno Singilwe. just possibly not having the support all the time. We've spoken about how he goes on a bit of a run. He's got to bring his teammates with him sometimes just to create the pass, and that's how St. Andrews can attack a little bit more.
So it is a chance for St. Andrews to get themselves out of the half and get their sticks on the ball and maintain a bit of possession as they send it around the back and comes out here to the side to Alexander Crouch. But Crouch is under pressure. He does ride the tackle though and wins the free hit for his side. So Paarl Gim, they are making their intentions clear early doors. They're going to press high. They're going to place the St. Andrews defenders under pressure and see what they can get out of it.
Paarl Gim, the host, they are an entertaining bunch of young men. They've really played some good hockey throughout the festival. And with one or two results could have gone the other way and they would have been up there in the real finals in this afternoon's games at least. But they will definitely be giving it all they have. It's their final game of the season. And we started the festivals here out in July. And we're going to culminate the season with Paarl Gim. We've come full circle. Lots of has happened in the interim. But they have managed to force an early short corner to take the advantage.
So this is where we get a first chance to see Colin Mentor at the top of the circle for Paarl Gimnasium. He's got some speed on his drag flicks. So as St. Andrews readying themselves on defense inside the goal. Paarl Gim getting ready to get the ball back into play. Single Castle. It is Mentor who goes on his own, goes on the run, nobody stopping him. Deflection comes in from the far post. Mad scramble in the circle, and the first goal is there, turned in at the near post. So the home side, our tournament hosts, Paarl Gimnasium, take an early 1-0 lead. See Colin Mentor from the top, spotting space in behind, decides to go on a run. And there it is, ball just bobbling around. Could have gone anywhere. St. Andrews protesting, saying the ball came off a foot, but their opinion doesn't matter. It's only the umpire's opinion that matters. And the ball turned into the pole. So, Paarl Gim with the 1-0 lead as St. Andrews look to fight back through Penno on the right-hand side. He sends the ball in, and unfortunately, though, on the far post, Lesedi Palazze cannot get a stick onto it. Theo Ordendal is in goal for Gim in the opening half. We have found that Gim, they have come, or at least they are showing two goalkeepers on their team sheet. So what they usually do is they split it evenly. They each get a half. And yesterday was the first time that we saw Theo Ordendal in that colorful, bright jersey of his. We do know that goalkeepers are colorful characters.
Are you trying to say something there, Tariq, knowing that I was a goalkeeper in my day?
If the shoe fits.
Definitely always had some fierce battles up front with Tariq. He only knows one way, and that's towards the goals. And over the years, we've tried to, him and his brother Fuddle, quite exciting hockey players in their day. But always came up against a Wamba goalkeeper who was willing to put his body on the line back in the day. But it's Sengiwe coming towards the circle. Goalkeeper makes the save, and it's Liam Bass that clears it out for Paarl Gim.
So Gim riding that bit of pressure, finding Mentor on the right hand side, and now we'll see that speed come into play. Mentor though doesn't go on his own, looks to link up. That just shows you the type of player that Mentor is. He does have speed, he does have skill, but he's also unselfish, which is nice to see.
I had a good chat with Mentor yesterday, but this is Paarl Gim on the attack. Mentor missed had a crucial missed P-flick on the opening day in the first game, and just had a good chat with him just to see where he was at, whether he moved on and raised his head again, but definitely a young lad that has got a promising future here at Paarl Gim. One of the local heroes.
There's a local superstar. There's Colin Mentor. He's earned a lot of respect from his peers and the educators alike. The coaching staff speak highly of him. Tian Stein and Jacques Grobler, the coaching staff of Paarl Gim, speak highly and rate the young man highly. So there's a bright future ahead. And if he continues to be level-headed as he is, certainly big things on the horizon for him. St. Andrews steadying themselves to get play back underway. You do concede an early goal. The one positive is that there's plenty of time for you to get yourself back into it as they spin it to the right and down the line. But the tackle is made and tackle comes in hard. But it's St. Andrews that stay on the ball, and number 5, Lebogang Letola, under a bit of pressure. Letola, the centre back on the ball currently. He's the driving force of his side. He keeps them all in check. He keeps them all going. Big ball in through the middle, but easily dealt with by Gim. Danger not gone though, as the ball is won and turned over by Bonolo Mohono. And he wins the long corner. Letola on the ball once again, surveying his options. Looks again for the big ball, but that green wall, the organized defensive wall of Paarl Gim, keeps him at bay. So now St. Andrews has got to find another way through. They tried on the outside, and there's Colin Mentor putting in the work on defense.
That's good work by Mentor. Unfortunately, not able to just effect the tackle cleanly. But it's a good work rate there by the right wing.
Liam Norman doing good work on the left-hand side of defense for St. Andrews. He's going to have a tough task in this game, trying to nullify Colin Mentor. Thus far, it's 1-0 to Norman in that little tussle.
KG first half at the moment. Just the opening goal by Paarl Gim, the hosts in the lead here. As St. Andrews, they force an attack through Lebogang Letola. He's on the ball right now. Forces another free hit. Letola will have a second opportunity to create something here for St. Andrews.
Jared Crossman giving it to the centre back, Liam Norman. Norman trying to find Letola in the midfield. Letola has certainly pushed up. He is playing the dual centre back role with Nath Delport. Is Delport now on the ball, setting out to Crossman on the right hand side. Nice touch. First touch from him gets him into space on the right hand side, and the right half showing he's got speed. Gets the ball into the danger area. Mopped up though by Paarl Gim as they look now to build something from inside their own 25. Oh, neat little take there by Jamie Fletcher.
But he's dispossessed, and Paarl Gim have an opportunity. Liam Buys, he recollects for Paarl Gim.
Good pressure from St. Andrews strikers, working hard to help out the defenders. But there's space now on the left-hand side for Gim. And they keep the ball on that side. Going down the baseline, but well marshaled by Letola. Letola ensuring that his tackle has enough speed on the ball to win his side a 16-yard hit. Letola certainly the heartbeat of this defense for St. Andrews. You'll see a lot of the free hits is taken by him. Certainly takes command of his defensive line. Big overhead from Letola. Ball is loose, but it is sorted out by Daniel Haman. On the right-hand side now for St. Andrews goes number 2, Alexander Crouch.
That occasion, though, this is the touchline winning the battle. And Paarl Gim, they will start the attack all the way from their own half again. It's the green machine in front here. 1-0 Paarl Gim. Giving the locals just something to smile about here at the end. But that's an interception by Pelo Singilwe. Gets the attacker away into the circle. Unfortunately, not able to reconnect with Singilwe as Paarl Gim just averted a little mini crisis there. It opened up for St. Andrews. Really looked threatening, but nothing comes from it as we have a look at the replay.
Good ball across from Lesotho. Unfortunately, though, just a little too much gas on it. When your momentum is heading in one direction and you're that far away from goal, it is tough to bring the ball under control. So signs are there, though, for St. Andrews that they can get themselves into the Gim circle and they can create opportunities. Just that you would hope that there'd be a little bit more clear-cut opportunities and not 50-50 as Mentor spreads the ball to the right-hand side. Aldian Null gets himself on the ball and goes on a bit of run. Null linking up with Tupasani. Tupasani battling it out with the goalkeeper, Aldian Null, as well. But the net result is good work by the goalkeeper, Gonan Tama, for St. Andrews to keep Gim out.
As we look at the replay again, great save by Nsami. And again, he's a real energetic goalkeeper there. Didn't stick to the rules of staying on his feet, but still managed to make the save, a double save in fact.
St. Andrews fighting for the ball in midfield as they retain possession, but there we see it, that pass just not finding Letola's stick. So the pressure exerted from Gim continues. Mentor trying to take on 3 defenders is dispossessed by Crouch. But Crouch spills it himself. So here comes Gim once again. Mentor bringing it out to the left-hand side. Crouch making up for his earlier error by placing the Gim striker under pressure. So good work from Alexander Crouch, working back and working hard for his defense to make up for an earlier error, which is nice to see. And nice through ball for St. Andrews, trying to spark something as they look to change the angle, coming down the right-hand side now. But play continues.
That should be, though, a free hit for St. Andrews. It's a bit of a tumble there by Moholo. Bonolo Mohono. Another live wire of the St. Andrews side. As 5 minutes remain in this first half of this playoff game.
So Letola coming through the middle, trying to spark something for his side, gets into the circle, rides a tackle, keeps going down the baseline. Dangerous ball across the face, and Aldianel unable to get to it. So he's trying to marshal and get something out of it. It's bad challenge from Aldianel, and the umpires hand the short corner to St. Andrews.
Just a bit of frustration there from the Paarl Gim defenders there. The St. Andrews attackers showing lots and lots of skill. That's Aldianel getting, jockeying, and then just taking out the young man from St. Andrews, Beno Sigilwe. As we've said countless times before, he creates the spark in the St. Andrews side, and he's forced another short corner. Theo Oudenal in goal. He's going to have to try and keep this lead that Paarl Gim currently enjoy. This push comes out a little bit slow, but the flick is still was still a good one, but Oudendal, he was up for the task. He got his big glove in the way, and Paarl Gim maintained their 1-0 lead. That's Lebo on the ball for St. Andrews. Always driving towards that byline, wanting to make a circle entry. This occasion has to be settled with a long corner as Alexander Crouch tries to find Singiwe. Mentor follows him. He shows good defensive skills also, as he's able to collect the ball down the right. But unfortunately, dribbles a little bit too much and gives the ball away. But Paarl Gim, they are able to regain possession and launch a transition of their own.
Come on the right-hand side. Dupasani. Neat little 1-2, and here they keep coming now. On the right-hand side is Paarl Gim. Dupasani on the baseline, send it to the P spot. Scrambling in defense. Oh, St. Andrews. They do win the ball back, and now they can try and work something of their own. Big ball looking, but Mentor with the interception. Sends it back into the left-hand side, and out they come, changing the angle of attack are Paarl Gim. Up the right-hand channel once again, but Jamie Fletcher makes the timely tackle, and here's a breakaway now for Johnny. Unfortunately, Letola unable to get the ball into the circle, and good work on defense by Colin Mentor. So it is our tournament hosts, Paarl Gimnasium, that will head into the halftime break with a slender 1-0 lead over St. Andrews.
But things are never gonna change.
Hi. The one thing you can be sure of is change. Things are always changing. In Africa, this is the home of change. You know, we live by a code here.
If the beat changes, the dance step must adapt.
Because brothers and sisters,
We know if we don't change, things won't change.
And it all starts with one little step.
yes, power. Power to the changeables, the adaptable problem solvers who don't need a corner office to start an empire. Look at us. We are the changeables.
Changeables?
What does that even mean?
Everything's changing.
Sure.
And sometimes it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference.
Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables.
That's colossal. Is it brilliant? Here it is. And hand-to-hand careers.
We're back at Paarl Gimnasium. If you've just joined us, we're having a look at the Paarl Gimnasium side who enjoy a 1-0 lead, getting their final instructions from Coach Jacques Grobler to ensure that they either maintain or grow that lead. And it's all to do for the middle. Had the first 20 minutes. Niemann will get the second 20. So can Niemann continue what Oudendal did in the first half by keeping St. Andrews out, as the men in blue and white gets the second half going. Early touches for the back line, and a strong challenge coming in from Colin Mentor as St. Andrews number 10 Tumelo Kasumba slips a little bit on the dew that is settled on top of this AstroTurf, but here come.
And it was that opportunity, and they come again. But on this occasion, the St. Andrews defense is standing strong. That's Sigilwe, that's on the ball again. He throws it up the high striker. That's the opportunity for St. Andrews, but with two men in front of the goalkeeper, they're not able to convert the opportunity. It's Wami Talong. He had the chance. He went to the backstick. The goalkeeper on that occasion, Jandre Niemann, not even in the frame, but the direction just wasn't there.
LaShawn Mofojani tried his best to get to the far post. But here we go, 1-on-1 with the keeper, Tupasani. Protection, there is a soft spot for goalkeepers, and when you get hit there, it's not pleasant.
You don't need to remind me, Tariq, as we see the Samai just going down like a bag of potatoes at the moment. He is really feeling the pain, and the medics are out as we look at again in the inside of the protection. And that white little ball might be quite small, but it does really hurt.
Yeah, Samai did everything right. He came out, closed down the space of Louis Tupasani, and the fierce shot from close range as he bent that right knee. The flapping of the padding just opening up that little bit of flesh. And as Zaire mentioned, when you do get hit on that flesh, it's not very pleasant. So as the medics see to Samai, he gets up and he'll pop on the helmet again and get his side ready, get his defensive.
But a desperate lunge by the St. Andrews defender, Norman, who clears the danger, and it's Sengiliwe throws the ball up front. More in hope than in hit.
Sengiliwe making up for it, winning the ball back, and this young man, he's got plenty of skill in him. As the noise you're hearing come from the sidelines, looks as though it's the boys' high. Paarl boys' high, boys that are relaxing for now on the sideline as they get themselves ready for their game. The colors are very similar to Woestergem, so it's either one of those sides. So the players that's getting themselves ready for the next few games have started to trickle into this venue. This Mentor looks for Tupasani up front. It's interesting to see Louis Tupasani playing as a right striker, but Samai on hand just to give that little bit of pressure. And that's all that's probably needed from a goalkeeper, just to make your presence known. Get into the eye line of a striker to put him off. Ball comes across. Samai coming out just to try and nullify that space, but it flies past him in goals, and St. Andrews do not concede another.
It's not the side of the field where St. Andrews want to be playing if they're chasing a game.
Operation comes for Paarl Gim. Danger's not gone though. St. Andrews still in possession, as they now come down the baseline once again, looking for the foot, looking for the short corner is Kasumba. But it is Connor Norman that'll get things underway or restart matters with the long corner. Out it comes to Liam, who sends it to the right to Alexander. Alexander's dispossessed though, but the scramble defense is there, the cover defense is there. St. Andrews win it back. Norman on the ball to Liam Norman.
Much more open second half than we saw in the first period, where both teams were still finding each other, as that's a good skill work there by Paarl Gim, but he doesn't unfortunately get the decision by the umpire.
It's always interesting coming to the second half when there's only one goal between the sides. It's, you know, both sides will. They are currently occupying the overall 5th place in the boys division. It is our tournament hosts who remain in possession. Mentor looking through the middle. Tupasani trying to chase that one down, but the intervention was there from St. Andrews. St. Andrews having to defend for quite a lengthy period of time. Gim just trying to settle things by slowing it down a little bit. Deciding to go all the way back. Mentor in a little bit of space. He turns. Excellent hands from Colin Mentor, and it takes a big tackle from Alexander Crouch to stop Colin Mentor from getting into the circle. Pressure doesn't go anywhere though. St. Andrews still having to defend. Paarl Gim in possession on the right hand side. Finds the foot, takes it quickly. Tries to get something going.
St. Andrews enjoying plenty of possession and creating opportunities, but not that clear-cut chances, Tori.
Yeah, it's more kind of 50-50 chances that you're hoping somebody can get the stick onto it, hoping that it get a shot away.
Curated in the middle of the field, as we say that Paarl Gim just having defended, and they launching now attack of their own.
Yeah, Norman conceding the free hit, so giving Gim a chance. Like you mentioned, Zahir.
To end things, both teams giving it their all. Their final game of the season for both teams. St Andrews having a long trip back to Bloem, while Paarl Gim, the host, they want to give their spectators here just something to smile about, to take home.
Daniel mops it up, but here's that counter attack now. Segilwe on the outside. He gets the ball. Here it is now for St Andrews. It's the man you want to see on the ball. They keep coming. St Andrews up on the left-hand side. Taking the back stick. But Niemann says, Niemann, meneer. Not today. Now wraps it up and chance for Tupasani. Links up with his teammate on the far post. And how did that one not go in? How did it fly across the face of goal and not land up in the net?
They want to shoot out here with the hosts.
For Gim, they've got to try and nullify Segilwe. The right link for St Andrews. Because if he gets on the ball, he will spark something for the boys in blue and white. As Alexander Crouch makes the...
This is frenetic hockey here, brought to you by the Paarl Gim Festival. The final few games here on of the top schools hockey festival, brought to you by FNB. This is the games that you want to see. It's when the best players are on show, and Paarl Gim, they're hanging on for dear life. Possibly lucky not Paarl Gim to get a green card on that occasion. Would have made it interesting if Paarl Gim went down to 10 men.
Letola getting himself in the circle. But what a tackle from Colin Mentor, winning all balls, says the umpire.
Colin Mentor showing he's not only a fancy Dan on attack, he can also do a bit of defense.
It was certainly held their own in this one. Paarl Gim have definitely not had it their own way. It's asking a little bit too much of the teammate is Colin. You can see a drop centre forward position, trying to spark something up front. And if they can get Letola or Segilwe on the ball, then we see Letola now on the ball. He looking to spark something. There's space on the right-hand side. He does give it there. Acres of space. Shot comes in. And it's over the top. In the big moments, it is the big players that step up to the plate.
He has certainly not put his attacking weaponry back into his slingshot and taken out his defensive game on this occasion. And it's needed to be done, for St Andrews are still fighting as the clock ticks down, and that is the final whistle.
But unfortunately for them, they weren't able to get themselves on the scoreboard. Equally for Paarl Gim, they were unable to get more on the board because of the excellent effort by Tsamai. Kuna Tsamai in the goal for St Andrews, pulled off quite a few magnificent saves. Couldn't get themselves on the scoreboard. But Tsamai, he had a massive game for St Andrews in goals. It was him that kept his side in it. Kept their belief going in the side. Segilwe and Letola tried sparking things, and that one there could have sealed the game for...
Hi, the one thing you can be sure of is change. Things are always changing. In Africa, this is the home of change. You know, we live by a code here.
If the beat changes, the dance step must adapt.
Because brothers and sisters,
We know if we don't change, things won't change.
And it all starts with one little step.
yes, power. Power to the changeables, the adaptable problem solvers who don't need a corner office to start an empire. Look at us. We are the changeables.
Changeables?
What does that even mean?
Everything's changing.
Sure.
And sometimes it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference.
Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables.
Welcome back to this brand new Serie A season. Italy's big guns face off in Rome tonight.
Pretty decent area, and Inter take the lead, and champions have the advantage.
Oh my goodness.
A real collector's item there.
Veja todos os 380 jogos da imprevisível e imbatível Liga Italiana.
held their own throughout, and in the semi-finals they came up against the juggernauts of the competition, juggernauts from Bloemfontein, so they couldn't tame them. We'll see those two sides in the final a little bit later on, but for now it's Paarl Gimnasium. A lot of the work gets done through the captain Lene Barnard and vice captain Jana van Antwerpen. keep your eyes out for those two field, Bisdee and Porter from the back. So we are set for an intriguing battle here for third and fourth. We see the coach of Paarl Gimnasium, Ian Nodir, giving that final instructions to the girls. Big smiles on their faces. It is the final 40 minutes of their tournament. Question is, can they secure
up against the navy blue from Gqeberha Collegiate?
As many hockey players will tell you, girls are playing for the dirty gold. The bronze made the chance through the middle, winning the free hit, riding the tackle. So an early chance for Paarl Gim on the home astro turf, opting to keep patient, keep the ball around the back.
It is Paarl Gim on attack, trying to force the short corner. Ball played into the circle. There's the opportunity. And they do get the short corner. That's what they would have wanted. A good positive early start, the hosts. And that's exactly what they have received. And it's Collegiate who are going to be on the defense early on.
Yeah, excellent work from the hosts, getting themselves into the circle for the early opportunity. And that's what you want in a playoff encounter. You do want to get that early chance. If you can get the early goal, well, then you're going to throw the cat among the pigeons and make your opponents bring the game to you. So, as we await the push out, side pull by Gim, sending it onto the left-hand side where there's acres of space in behind the Collegiate defense. She finds that space. Nice little link up into the circle once again. But a strong challenge from Jade Brown wins possession for Collegiate. And here they come now. Simone Venter trying to get something on the left-hand side. Links up with Porter. From Gim, and they turn it over in a crucial area.
Liani Porter on the ball. She plays it backwards. Often teams don't go immediately into the circle.
Lot of clean hands under pressure, winning the free hit. Porter gets it going quickly. Takes on the first defender, draws in the second. So there's space somewhere. Bisdee. Great.
Goes the overhead.
This is the game that we didn't expect from these sides. Not willing to give an inch, just taking the game to each other. It's going to be end-to-end stuff. Similar to that of a baseball or at least a basketball game where it's you get the ball and we try and score and you go back the other way and up and down, toing and froing.
This has been a lot more tactical, though. Ninaba on the ball again. Ball played into the circle. Just a lack of communication there. It's Gabrielle Tate and Holly van Heerden.
She'll always pop up every so now and then, pushing through the midfield and assisting her side, doing the clean-up operation.
Ball's played out wide there, and see Rebecca Fincham in goal there for Collegiate. Hasn't had much to do just yet. Just the one save. As you see again, that's a good defensive outlet utilized by Collegiate. And unfortunately, Jenna Peltenberg not able to.
Clean hands, so clean hands just jockeying from the back and ensuring that Paarl Gim have got it restarted from a little bit higher up.
It's Coach Ian from Paarl Gim, very passionate man, loves his hockey. We'd really like to see his team end on a high here. It would be a fitting end for the hosts, but I'm sure Collegiate, they'll have a say in that matter. As Holly van Heerden, she jockeys the attacker, gets the tackle in. The ball ricochets to the front though, and it's just played over the byline, and it is Collegiate who will be able to restart the game.
So as much as Collegiate have gotten themselves into the Paarl Gim 25 and into the circle, the Paarl Gim defender
picks it up, and she tries to launch an attack for Collegiate.
Paltenberg setting it onto the right-hand side. Neat little intervention from Holly van Heerden once again on the ball, but just no options for her. So the white wall is there, but somehow van Heerden gets it back. Looking for Cromley on the right-hand side. Box up front. Can't get a stick on it, but the pressure is there as Lily Sharp now picks it up. Works her way through. Here's danger now as Elizabeth Porter starts it. Finds space on the right-hand side. Takes on the first defender. Gets into the circle. Shot across his face. Tyler Marks. A position up front. Porter with the hit. She doesn't quite make the connection that she would have wanted. So it dribbles over the baseline and Paarl Gim can breathe some relief as we tick into the final 5 minutes of the opening half.
Tarek, we just get the feeling that both these sides played really epic semi-finals last night. It was late last night at about 8 o'clock. They've Collegiate and Paarl Gim coming up against Oranje and Unisi respectively. Powerhouses of girls hockey, and the legs really took quite a beating last night, really having to run fairly hard in those games. And maybe just a little bit deflected, but that is a chance for Collegiate, and the Taliat comes up again with this.
Sides can do is to either end third if they get the win, or fourth if they come up short. So you certainly secured a top 4 finish, but nobody likes to just miss out on the medals.
Always says that 4th place is arguably the worst position to finish. Goal that could just raise the tempo of this clash.
So then just under 3 minutes to go then in this game. Nothing to separate Collegiate and Paarl Gim. Half chances, shall one say, on both sides. But not much to do for the goal. They can't on this occasion, so Paarl Gim picks it up and tells Collegiate, well, for this final 2 minutes, we're going to want you to play from deep inside your own half. And we'll just sit back and take a bit of a break, get ourselves ready and refocus in the second half. Taken by Paarl Gim, coming through the middle. Ball just missing Gabrielle Tate, who could have launched the counter attack, but there we see Nienaber winning the tackle, giving it to her captain Bisdee, who finds Sharp. Sharp giving it to Porter. Porter telling Lily Sharp, get on your bike, young lady. As she sends the ball forward, Lily Sharp now getting it, smashing it across. Gabrielle Tate cannot get a stick on the end of it. So, ball, there's always 2 defenders around them. We've seen it throughout this first half. Elizabeth Porter not having much space to work with on the ball. Neither has Holly van Heerden or Isabella Disney. As Coach Ian Nordier barks instructions at his girls in the final seconds. He wants them to stretch the field. But the girls on the field say, well, Coach, we're going to maintain possession to run.
What's happening to our country? But things are never going to change.
Changeables? What does that even mean?
Everything's changing.
Sure.
And sometimes it's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference.
Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables.
Yet to come as the year of rugby continues on Supersport on DSTV Premium.
Where it was just one of those anomalies of the game where it falls into a blind spot of the goalkeeper, and Tyler Marks showing the striker's instinct to get herself onto the ball and tap it into the ball. So Collegiate 1-0 up early in the second half.
That's exactly what.
Much to the pleasure of Coach Dalen Phillips on the sideline.
Collegiate have a shot into the circle. There's the deflection there by Gabrielle Tate, but on this occasion, it is Talia who stands up tall and makes the save. But definitely a much more exciting and adventurous start to the second half.
Up and ensuring that they take the slender 1-0 lead. And we do know that when it comes to playoffs, when it comes to this business end of the competition, it's all or nothing. It comes down to the 40 minutes, and whoever can get the most goals in that 40 minutes, that's the side's going to be victorious, because there is no second chance. There is
starting an attack there midway in the collegiate half, creating the space in the middle. That's bad
for her. All she needed to do was get a stick onto the end of it, and she did just that. So level pegging we are once again. We are back to where the game started, where the game of Collegiate after their first goal quickly snuffed out by home side Paarl Gim. They most certainly got themselves back into it. So what's it going to take in the final 15 minutes? Who's it going to be? Who will walk away with third place in the school's top 12 tournament, proudly brought to you by F&B. It's been a hard, long slog for everybody involved. And they'll be continuing to do the same throughout the day. As we know, a camera crew and a broadcast crew are run by what is in their stomachs, and if their bellies are full.
She gets it back. Paarl Gim not utilizing the high press as they normally do. But there's an interception, as I say it, there's an interception. And they have an opportunity to attack. That's on the top of the tee. Just getting her feet, though, in the way of the ball.
Jade Brown with a massive tackle for Collegiate. She came back, worked all the way from Kleinhans and Comley for Collegiate. Jade Brown once again mopping things up at the back for Collegiate and wanting some control of Collegiate. As Fenter sends the overhead, Nicole Dames.
It's in the second half. They're the ones looking to take the advantage. And we do know if they get a goal here, this place will erupt.
It'll erupt as if the Paarl Gim parents and fellow students are on the sidelines. As we await the push, it does come. Goes for the drag flick, look in the top corner, arms off the crossbar. It's still there. Good save from Rebecca Fincham, but the danger's not gone, and back she comes to Jade Brown, who's surveying her options, decides she's going to go on her own down the left-hand side, but tackle made. So she gets things restarted, sends it into the middle to Nicole Dames. Good touch, getting her into space. An excellent work rate from Nicole Dames, maintaining possession for Collegiate. Back she goes to Elizabeth Porter. There's acres of space on the outside for Nienaber. It does find her. Down the line she goes to Lily Sharp. Sharp with defenders around her. Goes on her own. Makes a nice run across the face. And there it is. Just jockeying, just shadow tackling. And waiting for Lily Sharp to get the ball close enough to the defender to make a good tackle. So
more drama later on. Paarl Gim and making a few substitutions, ringing the changes. That's the way of the modern game.
So Gim now with a brief spell of possession, trying to put pressure on this Collegiate defense. But it's Collegiate that stands firm, and Comley tries to run her out. But
all year, they're going to run till that very final whistle. As both teams search for that equal, at least a winner, with just 6 minutes remaining on the clock. Paarl Gim, that's a good turn. She finds a little bit of space in the middle, but unfortunately gives it away. And it's Collegiate that on the attack. But the referee calls them back calls the Paarl Gym player back. She's going to be handing out a card there, and this could be Collegiate's opportunity with Paarl Gym down to 10 girls. But it is the girls in white who are on the attack, actually.
As you see, play was carrying on, you know, despite the green card being 5 minutes of this game. Still nothing separates the girls of Paarl Gim and Collegiate. What is it going to take? Is it too early, Zahir, to mention the dreaded shootout?
I've been calling a shootout from half-time already, Tariq. That's what I want to see. I love seeing the sweaty palms, the tension, the nerves. That's what this playoff games are all about. And for Paarl Gim side to do it on their home turf, it will be definitely exciting for the viewers. But there's still 5 minutes remaining for both teams to find a winner. And that's Collegiate on the attack here through Lara Kleinans. She throws the ball into the middle. Picked up, unfortunately, not able to be picked up by Gabrielle Tate. And Paarl Gim throw a big ball back at Collegiate. And the Pluin come storming back. It's ping pong at the moment. You have the ball, I have the ball. Nobody just able to control the possession right now.
Finals day hockey, Zahir. Finals day hockey. Absolutely nothing between the sides. You have the ball, we have the ball. Let's all go on the attack together. So what is it?
Who's going to stay calmer? Who's the one that's going to be able to absorb the pressure? Shooting his goals. They know what's at stake here. It's the third place in your hometown festival. So what you want to go home with. You get the medals, you have a big assembly on Monday, you walk up on the stage, the headmaster congratulates you. That's what these girls are playing for.
Yeah, certainly it would be nice to head back the weekend. 6 games in 4 days is not something to take lightly, as Collegiate work their way into the 25, get the big tackle and earn the short corner. So there it is with 2 minutes to go. The chance then for Collegiate to perhaps steal the win at the end.
That would be heartbreaking for Paarl Gim. And it's going to be up to
do some work to get past the defenders. She does, she rolls, has the shot on the far post. Lily Sharp cannot get a stick on the end of it, and that you'll perhaps feel that was the chance for Collegiate to win it in regulation time.
100%, Tariq. That was the big moment in the game. And it's gone a begging. And everybody in Paarl breathing a sigh of relief as the home side now, they launch for the shootout. They want some action. It's going to be, and that is the final whistle. We will have a shootout here between the host Paarl Gim and Collegiate. It's been an epic tussle, no inch given, and it's 1-1. But it is a playoff game, and we have to find a winner. So who is going to step up for the respective sides? We have seen Joni Talia. She is a star in goal for Paarl Gim. She's going to have to do her absolute best to keep this Collegiate side at bay.
Zaire, you asked for it at the end of half-time. You wanted the shootout, and as we get ourselves welcome back as we get ourselves ready for the shootout to determine third and fourth. It's Talia at first for Paarl Gim. She's one-on-one with Fincham. Goes to the right-hand side and calmly slots the ball in. And that's what you want. That's what you want from your first one. It's just getting the ball into the back of the net and settling your side.
Collegiate now.
There's a one-on-one situation with the goalkeeper. You have 8 seconds from the time the whistle blows to get it into the net. As we see now, Paarl Gim coming out, trying to extend that lead, throwing the keeper, but excellent work from Fincham in goals for Collegiate. She manages to maintain just a single goal between the sides.
That is a big save by Fincham. A team needed that. They were a goal behind and they needed to get back into the contest. So if Collegiate get a goal here, they'll all be back on level matters.
So Porter goes for it now. She's been exceptional throughout the tournament. She beats the keeper. It's an open poles and easy as you like for Elizabeth Porter. She draws them level after 2 takes. We're still level pegging at 1 each.
Definitely Porter showing just...
So here comes Isabella Bisdee, the captain. And easy as you like, draws the keeper, beats it the other way and grabs Collegiate the goal. On Collegiate, Simone Fenter gets herself ready. Whistle goes and she goes on also to the left-hand side, moves it to the right. Keeper commits. Open pole, Simone Fenter. Not quite getting hold of it, but the end result is there.
To put Paarl Gim, this is a sudden death shot. If Collegiate on this, if they do not score here, the victory will be Paarl Gim's.
So pressure for Collegiate. It's Tyler Marks. She goes to the left. Once again, rolls Talia the other way, and it's worked for her teammates before her, Tyler Marks, and she does exactly the same. Draws in Taliad, rolls around and slots it in. We're level pegging once again.
It's now sudden death. The team that she's been on the money and she has pulled up a big money save here to give her team the advantage. If Paarl Gim score here, it will be their victory.
It's all on Jana van Aardwerpen. Can she do it for our tournament hosts? Takes it to the keeper, Fincham. Commits down. She's on the floor. And there it is. Victory for Paarl Gim. Jana van Aardwerpen holds her nerves, and secures victory for our tournament hosts. Paarl Gim, embrace her.